we organized a conference like this 10 years ago in Quebec, French Canada. And the French were coming there and telling us, I'm French, but I was living there, and telling us, that's it, trade unions are dead. It was in 1995, in June. And they were saying, hey, it's a dead dog, it's finished, it's history, this is the end of it. You know? And they all write nice papers on this. And then December 1995, we had the bloody national strike. And since then, it has been year after year, general strike, and the training movement is stronger than ever. And just to tell you, well, sometimes you can get depressed, you know, but, you know, don't. Yeah, and the French guy said, "Hey, bring the paper back. We have to correct this. It's just." I've got a few points there. 9 points. I'd like to get to 10, but I will stop at 9. The first thing I'm focusing on these demonstrations that happened last year in 2006 against the CPE. CPE was like work jerseys here, but only touching the people 26 and below, you know, targeting the youth. You got a movement that was like, imagine this, every Tuesday you got 3 to 4, even 5 million young people in the street. Every Tuesday, by themselves. We got 78 universities on strike. They burned the Sorbonne. That's a funny thing I was saying this morning. In the Australian news, they said, oh, they burned the Sorbonne. And the French news, they said, they burned Sorbonne once again. Different way to... And they won. They won, eh? And this is not the first victory. Before this, I was involved in other campaigns back there. I was on the door, actually, I got time. There was the Bolkestein directive that we defeated. There was the project of European Constitution, big stuff, that we defeated again. And all these things, they were actually legal framework. They tried to change the framework from above, and then you squeeze with this, you know, and they use the European level to squeeze us at national level. But people have been building up awareness. But importantly, what I think that you should remember is that victory is bringing victory. Is that the self-confidence that we've built since 1995 in France is because we won things. We win, and people are thinking that if they go there, they're going to win. And actually, they are not going just to show off. They are going to fight and to win. That's clear. And we're so happy as activists to see the young generation, they learn it. You know? This is cool. You know, you trade unionists in France, they have got a smile like this, you know. First thing, so what you have to know also is that we're lucky in a way that union rights in France are untouched. They're untouched because perhaps union density is very low. You know, it's in the private sector it's 5%. Youth union density is 2%. But if your unions are calling for people going to the street, they all get there. It's just a funny thing. You know, it's a matter of trust. So there's this strike was it was 9 weeks. It was not easy going. 9 weeks of protest every week. What people were saying is that the slogan behind it, they were interesting slogans. They're saying, you don't go ahead economically by going backward socially. Doesn't make sense. It's nonsense. You don't go ahead by going backward. The second thing is they were saying, you can't reform. It's not a reform. You don't reform by scrapping rights, and especially labor rights. And the third thing also that was very strong there is to say the labor law should apply to all. There should not be double standards there. You know, there is one concept in the French for the French people also that very important to understand. Some people are saying they are Italians in bad moods, but it's not true. Is that we have the notion of what we call the acquis. And what is an acquis? It's coming from the verb to acquire. You know, it's a Latin word. It means that we consider labor rights as something that we won. It's acquired. It has not been awarded. It's not an award. We got it. So we got it, and we got it through struggle. So if you want to take it back, we're going to fight back. You know, everything that is considered in the French mind as being an acquis is basically not to be touched. You know, or if you touch it, you're going for the fight. That's it. The government told us, well, this legislation, this new legislation is actually legal, and the parliament said that it was legal, and people said, well, we don't care. We're not I say, contesting this law in the ground of legality. We are contesting it in the ground of social justice. It's not the same ground. Second thing, well, the movement was so strong that the government said, well, let's bargain. And they said, no, we don't want to bargain, and we don't need to bargain. Think about this. You bargain when you want something, and you want a better deal of something. Or you bargain when you don't have choice. So, you need to bargain because you don't have choice. It's imposed on you. But there they were thinking, we don't want this, and we have the choice to say no. And the point is that the rallying point was a very easy campaign. No. Simple as this. No, and we can make some change. No. Just forget it. Just forget it. And that's it. What was very important in this process is that, especially for trade movement, and I found that the trade unions were very smart on this issue, because they have not been, I'd say, they have not been patronizing. They let the young people struggle. They were saying, we're giving you a moral legitimacy, we are with you, but go for it. Learn the struggle. Learn that it's not easy to get something. You learn democracy there. And yeah, after a few weeks, they put the weight in the struggle, but still they let the leadership to the young people. And the government said, okay, because the country was like a mess. The government said, well, let's bargain. Young people said no. So they look at the union and said, well, we're going to bargain with you. And the union said, no, that's not us. That's them. You bargain with them, and they don't want you. But they didn't want to take advantage of this movement and say that was a training movement thing. No, they said that's the young people. They are expressing themselves. It's a social movement. They have their own leadership. We back them up, but that's them. That was cool, because the young people look at the union and say, hey, cool, you respect us. That was their fight. It's cool. It's a new generation of activism, yeah. But what you have to know also is that it's the result of a decade. I think in Australia we don't have to be impatient. We still have to work on, but this happened. This level of at the moment France is on heat, but this is because of a decade of rank and file activism, relentless rank and file, bottom-up activism. And it's from below. It's one thing that the unions understood, and especially communist unions, but the others as well, understood very clearly, is that you don't have to turn a blind eye on the poor people, on the unemployed people. The sparkle in 1995 general strike started with the unemployed movement. I remember at that time they were doing direct actions, and very, very strong direct action, and they were saying, you've got money, we've got time. Okay? And they were smart, they didn't have any means. So they were going, they kind of talk show like the Price is Right. Who do you think is going there? Unemployed people, they don't have anything to do anyway. And the others are working, so they're there tapping. So they were getting there and taking the mic, taking the mic, and we are the unemployed people, and blah, 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 this is what we want. And, hey, they have national coverage for free. Hey, you're smart. Also from this time, and strongly between the trade union movement and alternative movement, anti-globalization movement, and so forth, working together. New unions. We have new unions in France, like Sud, Solidarity, Unitary, or whatever. New generation unions, retreating and on direct action. They full on rank and file democracy and direct action. They are the two things. So you've got a revival of the left. This is what's happening. Or you also have a revival of the right. Eh? The fascists are there. Yeah. What we've seen is that we've got a lot of rank and file confidence. It's actually when we had this campaign against the Treaty of European Constitution, that was a liberal one, big time. The socialists were saying yes. The trade unions were saying yes. Everybody was saying yes. The French never write. No, this is not possible. That in France, everybody say yes. And